Good morning, students. Today we will be discussing about the subject production management of BHARATHIDASAN University MBA program. The subject that we are going to discuss is about production management, and we are going to start with Unit 1. Unit 1 comprises of production function and introduction, definition and types of production system, strategic management, corporate strategies, production strategies, world-class manufacturing, demand forecasting for operations. These are the parts of Unit 1. Now before going to this Unit 1, let us first know about the production management. Now let us start with this one with the production management. Now, production management deals with decision making related to production process so that goods and services that are produced according to the specification in amount and by scheduled demanded at a minimum cost. In other words, production management means planning, organizing, directing, and controlling of production activities. It also includes bringing together 6 M's like men, money, materials, machine, methods, markets to satisfy the wants of the people. Now, let us look at what is what do you mean by the production management and small intro of what it is. Now, we clearly know that the production management is related mainly to the organization engaged in production of goods and services only. In those organizations, people face innumerable problems of managing the production activity. By the development of these organizations, factories came into existence and so also more complicated problems like location, layout, inventory control, scheduling and routing, quality control, which needs a microscopic analysis with a detailed study of the same. Now, this leads to development of factory management with With the development of factory system and its management, it leads to automation. So, indirect labor cost increased in comparison with the direct labor cost, which includes plant layout, location, inventory control, packaging, etc. This results in the expertized view on these activities by using very special techniques to overcome all this. This was about the small introduction of production management. Now let us look at the various objectives of production management. The objectives of production management comprises of producing goods and services of right quantity, right quality, at right price, at right time, and at minimum cost. Now let us look at the list of activities or the scope which can be listed under production and operations management functions of every organization. The various activities which can be included are production and planning control, location of facilities, plant layout, materials handling, product design, process design, quality control, materials management, maintenance management. These are the elements which can be, or these are the list of activities which can be included under production and operations management function. Now, with this introduction, let us move to the first part of the syllabus. The first part of the syllabus, as I have told already, it is about production function. Now, production function is a relationship between the quantity of the output produced by a productive process and the quantity of different inputs used in the process. Now, mathematically, this can be said as P is equal to function of M1, M2, M3, where P refers to output in terms of goods and services, and M1, M2, M3 includes men, money, materials, machines, methods, markets, minute, milieu. Milieu here refers to the environment. This can also be said that this is a technical relationship which connects input and output. Now, production function also reflects how much output we can expect if we have so much amount, so much of M, the M that we have, that I told just now, like when money, materials, machines, minutes, value, all these things. So the production function is closely dependent on technology also. With every advancement of technology, the production function of an enterprise changes. So a new technology displays same input and more output, or same output with lesser input. Now, this is about the first part of your syllabus. Now let us move on to the next part of Unit 1, which says about the production system. The production system is a specific combination of productive resources. The productive resources here we refer to as all the M's that we have discussed earlier. Of all productive resources used to produce a desired product or service. So, at one end of the production system there is an input and other end has the output. Now, these two ends are connected or linked by certain operations or process. Next, what we are going to discuss is about the features of production system. The production system is an organized activity. It is a transformational activity of input to output. Now, it does not operate in isolation from other organization systems like financial production system, marketing production system, etc. There is also a feedback system for this activity which helps to improve the system's performance. In all, production there will be sometimes a product, namely a mobile phone or a television, or sometimes a service, namely insurance or healthcare, etc. Next, what we are going to see is about the what are the various types of production function, or we call it as manufacturing system, or we call it as methods of production. Fundamentally, there are two types of production system. First one is a continuous production system or method. Second one is an intermittent production system or method. Now, what is this? What do you mean by this continuous production system? In this method, there is a continuous or almost a continuous physical flow of materials. In this system, we use special purpose machines. In this system, we produce standardized items in large quantities. In this system, inputs are standardized and the standard set of processes and its sequence is followed. Because of this, routing and scheduling for the whole process can be standardized. In continuous production system, we produce items for stock and not for a specific order of a customer. Since we produce item for stocking, usually a sales forecast is made to estimate the likely demand of a product. Based on this estimate, a master schedule is prepared. After preparing this master production schedule, a detailed planning is carried out. Information for machine loading charts, equipments, personnel, and materials needed are tabulated. In this system of production, manufacturing is done in lot size and production process is carried out in a definite sequence of operations. Here we follow first in first out system. Now let us look at what are the characteristics of this continuous production system. Products manufactured are standardized, which has large demand all through the year. Standardized inputs or standardized sequence of operations, tools and equipments are used in this production system. In this production system, minimum and constant material handling is done. Minimum flow of work at any point of time you will have at continuous production system. In this system, you will have the use of productivity technique, which is very feasible one. In the system, there is a minimum cost of production per unit, which is always possible. Strict quality control is followed in continuous production system. Division of labor is also more efficient. Now next, let us look at what are the various types of continuous production system. There are three types of continuous production system. They are mass production system, process production system, and assembly production system. Now, let us look at the first one, known as the mass production system. As the term itself indicates, mass specifies production is done in large numbers or mass quantities. So the product that may be produced may be two or maximum three types of products can be manufactured under this mass production system. Mass production system follows a standardized product size, and no much emphasis is on the order of consumers. So standardization of process, machines, and uninterrupted flow of materials are done here. In mass production system, economies of scales of production is always attained. Quality of product production is uniform and high. Individual expertise has less prominent role due to standardization. Examples of products that follow continuous production system are manufacturing of automobiles, manufacturing of electricals, and manufacturing of electronics. Next one, we will go to the process production system. Under this process production system, a single raw material can be used to produce different kinds of products at different production stages of process. Here in this process, depending upon the process, we can further classify the process production system into two types, namely analytical production system and synthetic process production system. Now, analytical process production system it says, in this, raw material is broken into different products, or raw material is analyzed into different products. For example, crude oil, it is broken or analyzed into petrol, naphtha, or coal is analyzed or broken into coal tar and gas. Next one is the synthetic production system. Under synthetic production system, which involves mixing of two or more materials to manufacture a product. For example, lauric acid, stearic acid, and linoleic acid, etc. are synthesized to manufacture soap. The third type of production system that we are going to see now is assembly production system. This is a production system where two or more components are combined to manufacture a finished product. The manufactured parts are joined into sub-assembly or final assemblies. This system is employed in assembling automobiles, radio sets, etc. This is a production system developed first of all in automobile industry in USA. In this system, important part is the proper layout of the assembly line. To have optimal and best results, proper balancing of technology and other manufacturing facilities is needed. In assembly line, each machine receives materials directly from previous machine, which in turn passes to the next machine. The space is provided for each operator to have safe access to each machine, movement of lifts, forks, etc. This type of system is used in assembling radios, computers, etc. Next one is the intermittent production system. In the system, goods are manufactured based on the orders placed by the customers. Flow of material for this product is intermittent. Production facilities are flexible in nature so as to handle wide variety of products and sizes. In this system of production, basic nature of input changes based on the design of the product. In this system of production, there is a large work in progress. There are usually two types of intermittent production system. They are batch manufacturing production system, unit production system. Now, let us look at the example for these two. Manufacturing of large boilers, construction of bridges, all these are the examples of intermittent production system. Let us look at the two types that we have discussed just now. First one is the batch production system, or it is also first one is the unit production system, or it is also known as the job production system. Under job production system, production of one unit is done by a single operator or group of operators. The finished product that we get is a non-standardized one, or rather it means we are going to produce according to the customer's need. Machines and equipments are arranged in a place or they are brought under a particular area. Volume of output is small and a wide range of general purpose machines are used for this manufacturing system. Next one is the batch production system. Here, items are produced in lots or batches, and new batch is taken only when the previous batch is completed. For example, manufacturing in a pharma industry. The batch production is a mix of mass production and job production. Machines and tools will be available for production of next batch after after the production of a particular batch is completed. Thank you, students. Hope you might have understood various types of production system. If you have any doubts, clarifications, you can send in your mail. Thank you.